This is Nashville, the country music capital of the world. Outside the city, there's hiking, rafting, and fishing. In Tennessee, the great outdoors stretch from the Great Smoky Mountains to the mighty Mississippi. But Mike Iaconelli is from Jersey, and he likes fishing urban waters. He's come here in pursuit of monster smallmouth.
Can you believe these fish that are in this river?
This is City Limits Fishing, Nashville.
This fish is kicking my butt. That is awesome.
We sent a champion angler to some great cities on a mission.
Philadelphia! That's Washington, D.C. A stone's throw away. Chicago River, within the city limits, and that's my limit!
This is City Limits Fishing with Mike Iaconelli.
It's fall in Nashville. The leaves are turning and the temperatures are in the high 70s and low 80s.
Beautiful, stable weather, which makes for great fishing. Of course, the night before we get in, a major cold front. You know, temperatures dropping down in the 30s, bluebird skies, a cold wind. I mean, you couldn't ask for worse fishing conditions.
We arrive at the launching ramp, and even this New Jersey boy is cold.
Leading up to it, worried that we wouldn't even catch a fish. You know, talking about canceling the shoot because this is such a drastic cold front.
This is my first time meeting Shane Petty, a police officer from nearby Lebanon, Tennessee.
We met at the launching ramp, and I knew it was going to be cold, so I bundled up. I wore my bibs and my rain gear to keep the wind, and it was freezing.
The Cumberland River runs right through the heart of Nashville. We launch east of downtown near Neely's Bend and run towards the Old Hickory Dam.
We're headed up to our first spot, and I'm hurting. You know, I'm in pain. You're talking about temperature in the 30s, and then you're doing 60 or 70 miles an hour, and you're holding on to the steering wheel, you're bundled up, your skin hurts. Weather-wise, I know we're in for a challenging day.
Our challenge is to catch a combined limit of 10 fish in 8 hours within the metropolitan city limits of Nashville. We stop at an island 10 minutes from where we launched.
This island's unique because it has a lot of boulders, and these boulders run from a range of 2 foot off to 8 to 10 foot, and it's really close to deeper water.
I start with the crankbait because it imitates the shad and it covers a lot of water.
When that crankbait's down there and it's diving, it's got a tight wobble, and it deflects off a rock, it hits off a rock, you're triggering a reaction bite. So even though those fish are lethargic, it's after a cold front, if you could get that bait to deflect, it'll trigger a reaction strike.
I make a few casts and I hook a small fish.
Pulls the thing in there, we look at it, and it's a smallmouth. It's a short smallmouth, it's a non-keeper.
It's a good sign. There is activity on these rocks. Well, that fish it hit me about halfway back from the bank.
So we move off the bank and into deeper water. We're still trying to piece together the puzzle, so we're alternating between crankbaits, spinnerbaits, and shaky heads.
The bait's got extra action, it's shivering. You can tell the worms move around.
I'm working that bait down that rock break, that deeper rock stuff, and I feel the first little tap of the day, a little tick, and the line starts to swim off. And I set the hook,
Giant. Not a giant. Look at that, another smallmouth.
And the one similarity that both fish came on is they came on that deeper rock.
We're an hour into the day with no legal fish.
You know, it's basically not happening. We're switching baits, we're just not getting the keepers. So we make a decision that we're gonna pack up, we're gonna move up the river.
The camera crew got off the boat to go further down to get some shots from the bank.
And they got maybe, I don't know, about 50 yards.
As we were making our way towards them, Mike picked up a jig.
It's a finesse football head, it's a small little compact jig, and it's a crawfish imitation. Let me just try that as we work up to these camera guys.
And cast the jig to this mound of boulders,
and it's caught, it gets caught, and I pop it out of a rock, and all of a sudden, bang, I get my first good hit of the day.
Don't come off of there. Don't you come off there. You please, please. Oh, God!
I'm fighting the
I wanna
fish,
help with this
and
one,
the
man.
camera crew is fighting to get
Please,
shots
don't come up
from
there.
way
God,
down
please,
the
don't
river.
come up there.
You know I have a tendency to call everything a giant, but this is a real giant. I'm fighting this thing, and I'm fighting this thing.
God, please don't come up there. God,
He
please
was
don't come up
screaming, yelling, and he said, Shane, I'm gonna need your help on this one. So I ran to the front of the boat, and
Shane grabs this thing and pulls it out.
I got my hand in his mouth, put that death grip on it, brung it to the surface.
Oh my God! Look at that! I'm so excited, I give Shane a man hug. This is absolutely unexpected. Look at that thing! I gotta tell you, it's cold. I didn't even know if we're gonna catch a keeper. And all of a sudden, this early on, a little over an hour into the day, I put a 6-pound class largemouth into the boat. It's awesome.
That's the line that's frayed from where it was in that rock.
When you land a 6-pounder and you look at your line, it's frayed like that, you got lucky to land it.
Good fish, baby. Yeah. They're here, we just gotta find them.
You know, we started out kind of cold, kind of anxious, not really sure if we were going to catch a keeper. And then to catch a fish like that, that changes the momentum of the day.
I retie and we fish the same bank again, but not the same way.
Now we're really starting to get our first couple pieces of the puzzle, and we're knowing that we have to slow down, we have to use baits that are on the bottom, and we have to fish deeper.
We keep working the bank, and I keep throwing my football head jig.
I know that the main forage here is shad, but anytime you see a bank and it's loaded with rocks and boulders like we're fishing here, you know there's crawfish that live there, and I don't think you can get a better imitation of a crawfish than a small jig with a crawfish trailer on it.
We get to the end of the bank without getting another bite, so we run a short distance to the old Hickory Boulevard Bridge.
Excuse me, you know if there's any good fishing? Anything? The King's no help, man.
Local cop Shane Petty and I are trying to catch a limited bass in Nashville.
I mean, what a
Just put
giant.
a 6-pound largemouth in the boat. Cities normally have a lot of bridges, and bridges are fish magnets.
This is the kind of spot that they can be ganged up. It's got concrete, it's got rocks scattered along it, and it's in deep water.
Mike picks up his finesse jig, tosses it right up next to the pier, and immediately sets the hook and misses a fish.
I was fell in the water.
Immediately casts back to the same spot, again sets the hook, misses the fish.
There's another one. Oh, man.
What I'm thinking in my mind is I'm thinking, you know what? There's some small spotted bass around this bridge piling.
There's a bunch of them there.
There's that little bite again. And I almost half-heartedly swing this time and set the hook. And I set the hook.
That's a big one.
Amazing sight to see this huge brown smallmouth just come tail walking out. Go, God! And I'm fighting this thing, I'm fighting, I'm taking my time. All I'm thinking is, Shane, please, please, keep your hands on this thing, get it in the boat.
Grab him. Yeah! Yeah!
All of a sudden to have two giants in the boat, it's a relief.
4-pounder, 3.5. Yeah.
I've got a 6-pound largemouth and a 4-pound smallmouth. I've got 10 pounds with 2 bass. That's hard to do anywhere you go.
And I knew there'd be more fish in there because usually smallmouth run together. So Mike immediately picks up that finesse jig again and tosses back in there.
All right, it's gonna happen. The jig's sinking, it hits the bottom. I drag it, there's another bite. Got it, big one, big one. Oh God, oh, another giant. It's another 4-pound class fish. Oh, look at the size of that smallmouth. Oh God, come on, towards you, come on. Get him, 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 yeah! Oh God! God, I can't believe this is happening! I can't believe it! Oh! Nashville, Tennessee! Look at that! This is unbelievable. Thinking about how tough it was going in, you know, wondering if we could even catch a keeper. And now all of a sudden we've got 3 giants. This is amazing. Look at the size of these things. They're giants.
Mike, it's the best kept secret, Nashville, Tennessee, baby.
All right, let's do that again.
This is Nashville.
It's just so big and pretty. Well, of course, people think of music.
Oh, the river run wide, the river run muddy, the river run long after I'm gone.
There is the Country Music Hall of Fame, the Grand Ole Opry, and Broadway. Even outsiders like me become a little bit country in Nashville.
I kind of have a Bon Jovi kind of feeling right now. Feels good. It's all tingly all over my body.
It's a city that has retained its southern history and charm as it moves forward.
While a southern city, it is cosmopolitan.
Nashville has great nightlife and restaurants.
It's southern cooking.
I don't know anything about grits.
Executive Chef Elaine Taubin of the restaurant Eat puts a contemporary slant on southern cooking with her cheese grits and prawns, farm-raised locally.
So you're telling me what we have in these little skillets is the taste of Nashville?
You got it. Everything that's locally grown and raised here right here in Tennessee.
We don't catch any more fish at the bridge, so we decide to give it a rest and then move on. We're less than halfway through the day. We have 3 monster fish in the boat, and we're on a hot pattern. We stop at a sewer outflow pipe.
Oh, you can smell it.
You know, this area is unique. It's 2 different color water. You got the clear, warm water running out of the runoff, and then you got the dingy or stained river water.
So I catch a little short, largemouth. It's a black. It's a black. We let that thing go. And a couple casts later, Shane's back there throwing that shaky head worm, and he's fishing on that rocky point, and he sets the hook. Spot. It's black.
The black.
I think he's gonna make it.
Yeah, that's key.
He's gonna make it.
Yeah, it's gonna make it. Feeling good. I got 1 fish. Mike's got 3. The day is young. It's gonna be a good day.
We notice if fish are on the spot, we get bit immediately. After a few bites, they shut down. So we decide to run and gun.
We're going for a cold front day. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we are.
We run to the old Hickory Lake Dam.
They're discharging water from the lake, and as we get up there, there's heavy current. I mean, literally waterfalls coming out over the dam. Brutal. How fast it's moving. It's unbelievable.
Spooks me a little bit.
It spooks me too. This
Yeah.
is crazy.
We fish the banks around the locks and the barge ties. We stay a safe distance from the strong current in the middle of the dam.
The day's really clicking away. We kind of make a decision that we need to head downtown. We want to really kind of push into overdrive, and we kind of want to run and gun 3 or 4 spots on the way down there. Any Jay-Z, Run DMC, KRS, BDP, any hip hop.
Yeah, I really don't got it, I'm sorry.
It's a cold fall day in Nashville, and Shane Petty and I have caught 4 fish weighing around 16 pounds. From the dam, we'll run 20 miles to downtown Nashville. Along the way, we'll make a few stops. We fish this unique rock wall for 10 minutes. Nothing. We moved down to the bridge where we caught the 2 big smallmouth earlier.
There's a real sense of urgency right now. You know, we know that we got to start fishing fast. Time's clicking away.
We work the pilings and get a few bites, but no keepers. I switch from a jig to a shaky head. Nothing. We decide to leave.
And I grab the trolling motor, I pick it up, and as I go to reel the handle, all of a sudden I feel dunk dunk, and my line starts to drift away. Then I set the hook on that spinning rod. Good one. Oh, it's a big one. Oh. It's a little bit different than a jig fish because now I've got 8 pound tests. Oh. So I've really got to kind of baby this thing in.
Oh, please don't come on. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew we had to come back to this bridge. I had a feeling. Had a feeling. Get it. Yeah! Yeah!
It's the 3rd smallmouth from this spot, and it's bigger than the first 2 we caught there. This is almost a 5 pound class smallmouth. Amazing.
Went back with the true tungsten Ike head. Yeah! Oh, what a good move that was. God, another pig.
But this was a decision that we both made to come back to an area and refish it. You know, we're 5.5 hours into the day, and we've got 5 fish in the boat. We've got half of our limit. So we're feeling good.
You got another one of those, Mike?
Yeah.
Can I bum one off?
Yeah, absolutely.
My shaky head's gone.
And we get back up to that second piling. You know, current's breaking around it real nice.
I've got a shaky head at this time, and I'm flipping it up near the bridge piling, and I'm bringing it off those rocks, and I pick up on it, and it's kind of heavy. So I go ahead and set the hook.
Oh, God.
Take your time, take your time.
Another good smallmouth.
Big one, big one, big one. Take your time, take your time.
Oh, God.
Yeah! Look at that thing.
Yeah, baby. About 2.5, 3 pound smallmouth.
He came right on the piling, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
When you find a key spot, load it with big fish, is you want to manage it. You want to give it a break. And we've done a great job today of doing that. We've hit it, we've let the fish rest, we hit it again, and we're going to let this spot rest.
We run towards downtown Nashville and make a quick stop at the boat ramp.
And we're fishing this riffraff. I pick up the shaky head and I flip it out, and about 3 hops off of that riffraff, I feel a tick, and I see my line swim off, so I set the hook.
That's a spot too. He gonna make it. Oh man.
Yeah, he's gonna make it. that one will make
I
it.
don't know.
That one will make it.
That one probably will make it.
And so I pick up my shaky head, you know, and all of a sudden, there goes the line. I set the hook.
There you go.
And I'm fighting it.
There's one.
And I know it's not a giant, but I'm thinking, you know what? This could be another spot. I swing it over.
Yeah, it keep.
Let me see. There's a spot. Let's see.
My 5th keeper of the day. So I'm really satisfied and relieved. Before I could even stick my fish in the live well, Shane sets back.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a big one.
That's a good one. It's a big one.
Hold on.
That's a
Hold on.
total.
Oh, God, that's a big one.
That's a good one. Bring it to me. Bring it to me.
I got this up.
Oh, that's a big spot. That's a big spot.
I got him.
Yeah!
Doubles.
Yeah! Doubles, baby. Woo!
What do you think? We just went from, what do we have, 7?
7.
8, 9. One away, baby.
Never give up.
Can you show me a place in downtown Nashville where I can catch bass?
I mean, you can jump in the river over there, but it's probably 5 degrees.
This is Mike. Check out my book, Fishing on the Edge, and you'll learn why I never give up. For more information on clothing, gear, and equipment used on the show, go to MikeIaconelli.com.
Shane Petty and I are racing past the General Jackson on our way into downtown Nashville. We are one fish short of our limit, with just over an hour left on the clock.
This is a lot like more of the city environments I'm used to. A lot of concrete, a lot of metal, a lot of steel.
We fish along Riverfront Landing next to a barge and under a walkway, not a single bite. We cross the river and fish the riprap next to the football stadium. It's a dead zone.
There's no current. It's not happening. We know we got to go.
We leave downtown with less than 30 minutes on the clock. There is not enough time to go back to the bridge, so we stop at a gravel bar where Shane has caught fish in the past.
And we get to the section of the bar that's the shallowest, kind of most gravelly, hard section of the bar. I throw up there with the jig, have a bite, I miss it.
I make a cast with the shaky head, and I can feel the gravel is bumping the bottom really good. And I feel a tap, and I feel a couple of taps. So I reel down, go ahead, and I set the hook.
Come on. Come on.
Oh God, it's a big one.
That's a good one. Hold on. That's a piece of Kentucky right there, baby.
Yeah! We did it! Mike's got 5, I've got 5, that's a city win.
You know, we succeeded. We catch our limit, we've got 10 minutes. Normal guys would probably just call it quits right there and be happy and smile. But we're gonna fish to the end. We're gonna fish to the buzzer.
Oh, we got a little time left. I think that's 10.
Let's call some small ones, baby.
Man, they're loaded up right on that shallow spot of it.
Shane catches 2 more Kentuckies. I catch a short smallmouth. Shane tries to catch a kicker
10,
fish as time is running out.
8, 7, 6, 5. Oh! 3, 2, 1. Got a bite too, didn't you?
There's a good one.
This day started with 2 very cold anglers hoping to catch a few keepers.
It's a national fish.
But even we didn't expect to end the day releasing a limit of huge fish.
And that's the neat thing about the sport. You can never predict what's going to happen. It's always an adventure. And today will be a day that I'll remember for the rest of my life.